Hey everybody, this is Big John G. Hey, been watching some videos from the Pest and Lawn Ninja, and man, he's lit a fire under me. We bought this house, closed on this house here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually, Mint Hill, a little suburb. Back in March 2019, they put irrigation in the front and sodded the front with fescue. And that was right about when we were dealing with all that rain that we had early in the year. We're very fortunate we even got it in before we closed, so we could close. And for the longest time, I had neighbors going by and saying, man, we come by here just to see your lawn. I mean, it was blue, gorgeous. I waited about 6 weeks after the install and put down a really good the Scott's turf builder on it. It didn't have any weed control. We decided to do that separately so that we can target individual insects, or man, we deal with fire ants here like crazy. It's really tough trying to deal with those things. Anyway, I wanted to tell you, it's been a rough summer. And even with the irrigation, man, this sod has taken a beating this year. So I've been watching again. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Pest and Lawn Ninja, man. You've really helped me out a lot. I've just got my SunJo scarfer and dethatcher in today. I got it put together today. And I'm waiting on my Typhoon battery backpack sprayer. Should be here in the next couple of days. Got a big project going on in the back. We're getting ready to put irrigation back there. Kill everything, till it up. We've got 6 yards of compost coming in from Super Sod in a couple of weeks. About 100% grass seed certified from Super Sod. And actually, that's actually where our sod came from. I've done the pull test. I don't have a coring tool that the Ninja says use. I haven't got that yet. I've got about everything else. But anyway, I just want to kind of go around and show you a little bit of what we're dealing with. I mowed just a little while ago, so I'm going to kind of give you an idea of what we're dealing with right now. As you can see, man, we've got some serious brown spotting going on in the yard. And it's all around the edges. Now in the middle, it's not quite so bad. We do have areas. And I can tell you, we've pretty much, looked at our irrigation and how the coverage is, and everything gets really good coverage. But you can see here, well, the shadows are coming over, but you can see over in here, and through here, the grass looks fairly good, but man, when you start getting back in here, it has taken a beating this year. But I've done the pull test, like the Ninja said, I've come in, we're good. And also, a couple weeks ago, I put down grub control. I had done some things on it to try to, some research on YouTube. And so just as a preventative, we put down grubs. We haven't seen any beetles or anything this year. But you can see I have an empty lot beside of me. And because of that, man, we're having to deal with Bermuda grass and crabgrass and all kinds of weeds and orchard grass, clover. But this is the type of Bermuda that we're dealing with. You can see here, sort of a wild Bermuda. There's an actual name for it, but this stuff, you cannot pull it out. And the only way to kill this is, that I know of, is with Bermuda, or is with Roundup. And I really don't want to put Roundup on my fescue. So you can see we've got some real issues. But today's the first day. I'm going to hit the yard a couple times this evening with my SunJo and see how that works. I'm going to wait a couple weeks before I do the overseed when my topsoil gets here, because I want to fix all these low spots in the grass. But just to make sure that we've covered all of our bases. and we're doing things the right way. When we get started in the back, we're supposed to be here in a week or so to put the irrigation in the back, because we're wanting to put a lot of plants, shrubbery and stuff back there. We decided we didn't want to spend all that money and then have any way to water it and lose it. Because in Charlotte, man, we can really get some brutal weather. Anyway, I'll be back with in a little bit. I'm going to try out this SunJo and see how it works. I'll shoot a video to show you. Holy cow. Man, the ginger was right. This SunJo is something else. Let me show you. Man, take a look at all of this stuff that thing has chewed up, man. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now I've got it set at its lowest setting because this fescue's kind of high and I don't want to scalp it down too low right now, this early in the summer, or this, it's not close enough to fall yet. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what this little SunJo will do. I mean, I saw what the ginger did, and man, this is incredible. If that's all the thatch that is down in there holding this stuff back. So I believe if I get that out and do a nice top layer of the compost I've got coming, overseed, hit it with the water, and fertilize it the way it needs to be fertilized, I think we'll be fine. But anyway, I'm gonna get this yard finished up. I wanted to show you too here, just saying, we have lots empty on both sides of us, and even in the back. There'll never be anything back there. That's a tributary back there. So we have deer in the yard, rabbits, you name it. We gotta have all kinds of stuff. So you can see here beside all of us on the driveway side, we have a lot that's open. I wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see it, the sun's going down, but there's the SunJo. That thing's a beast. I want you to just take a look at this yard. That's just one pass. One pass and one pass only on this yard. I'll do another one tomorrow. I've got to try to get all this up before tonight. I don't want the dew to get on it and get all wet. And then I'll have to sit here and hand rake it. I'm going to try to use my leaf blower to clean this up. That's what to take a look at what we've got. It's amazing what a little machine like that can do. It's no wonder my grass wouldn't grow. So we're gonna get this taken care of and get it all cleaned up. I'll show you what it looks like once I get all this off here. Okay, pretty much got the yard blown off. I've got a mess around it I've got to get cleaned up, but I wanted you to be able to see what's come off this, and some of it I've already blown over. I got rid of it, but this is probably 3/4 of the yard. You're not gonna believe it. You can see, starts here, look at all this. This right here is only about what I have on my driveway is only about a quarter of my yard. And then I've got some of it down through here. You can see on this berm how thick this is. And I'm in kind of a hurry because I got started late this evening. But you can see. And then over here, this is about a third, and I've got you can see just how much of this is here. Now you can see, just like the ginger says, pest and lawn ginger, you can see some grass in there, but I mean the most of that it's just thatch. It's just dead grass. Then I've got places that I'll show you over here around my walkway, and this gets this may get too much water here, but you can see what that thing's done. I mean, it's just chewed. It scarfs the ground really good, and I was going to wait to overseed this in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because of that Bermuda. If there's nothing in here, it's going to go crazy before I ever get my seedlings started. But I'll get that in tomorrow, get the water on it, keep it good and wet. And then next year I might come in and level my yard out. But I want to get a lot of this reseeded and get it going again. All right, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Tomorrow's another day. Thanks for watching. Big Johnny G. Hey everybody, Big Johnny G here. And second pass with the SunJo. And that's pretty much it. There may have been one more wheelbarrow that I blew off in another direction, but not too bad, not nearly as bad. I got about 2 or 3 times that on the first pass. There's no way I could have got grass to grow in this stuff. And going through the second pass, I realized the root system is just not very deep at all. I'm not going to aerate this year, this fall. I am going to overseed today, where I had my scarf for my SunJo on there. And I've got some decent topsoil that I went to one of the box stores and picked up. So I can get that done today with the hurricane coming through. I wanted to make sure I had that down, and that's just that much I don't have to water. And I want as many days as possible for this grass seed to germinate. I've got some Scotch starter, and then I've got some very slow release organic fertilizer that I'm going to put down. It's pretty dummy proof. You don't have to worry about burning your lawn with it. But I want to give a shout out to SunJo. Man, I mean, it's incredible what this little machine will do. And also Milwaukee. My wife got me this blower. It came with a weed eater. It was a package deal we got at one of the box stores last year. And I'm going to tell you what, I blew every bit of this off of this yard. And it was pretty thick. But I did that with 2 batteries. I mean, if you're, home use, and I mean, there's a lot of landscapers going to these now. They're getting converters put on their vehicles. I mean, it's really nice not to have to sit there and try to crank and crank and crank and crank to get your, your leaf blower to work. And it's pretty powerful. It comes with a 9.0 battery. Milwaukee now has a 12.0. I sell a lot of Milwaukee tools at work. But it's an awesome tool. They have a great warranty program. You get a 5-year on the tool, a 3-year on the battery. But anyway, enough for sponsoring Milwaukee. I'm not getting paid in any way by SunJo or Milwaukee. I just wanted to let you see what tools I was using. Now it's time to get at it and get this topsoil down, get the seed out, and hopefully we can get all this done by the end of the day. Big Johnny G's out.